What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. So today's adventure, we are going to start and work on the water heater install for the Twinnebago. If you're wondering, yes, it does have a water heater and it has a space heater in the back, and they all run off of propane. I've never tried to fire the space heater, and I haven't messed with the water heater either. So it's kind of a twofold problem. So these things, usually all the stuff, the safeties and everything inside of them, like on the space heater and anything that runs on propane, even like the fridge, it has a 12-volt safety circuit. So if the power goes off, you shut it off, it'll cut the gas to it, right? So I don't really have house batteries. I did rig the 12-volt system so I could run the refrigerator system on it. So we got that all up and running and working. But then when it came to the space heater, I usually use it in the summer, so it hasn't been cold. We haven't used it in cold weather yet, so I haven't really needed it. The engine generates plenty of heat, so it warms things up in there. Granted, if you're parked for a long period of time, obviously you don't have that in your favor, but I figured we have a generator. I could just get like plug-in electric heaters if need be. But the other thing too is I'm not really into the whole fire deal because it's so old. I think the thing is like a big giant piece of kindling. So I tried to mess with the water heater. I couldn't get it to fire up. It didn't leak, so I just left it in place because it's in line in the water system that's in there. It just doesn't function. I couldn't get it to light. You can buy parts and fix it. I don't know anything about them. I know they're supposed to be simple, but trying to get parts and trying to mess with it is a bit cumbersome. And then if I just replace the unit, I looked into it. They're pretty expensive for what I was looking at. So what I opted to do was get a electric guy. It'll go on a 20 amp circuit, it's a 110 volt. So this will mount up underneath the sink, right adjacent to where my generator is. So I'm hoping what we're gonna do is take the cord out of this, run it, plug the thing in the generator. So when you want hot water, you fire the generator up, turn this dude on, and then it's a little mini tank. So I think it's like 4 gallons or so, 3 gallons. So it'll take a few minutes for this to get hot. You can essentially turn the generator off, and then you can take a shower, do whatever you want, or you just leave the thing running while you shower or whatever, you know. The nice thing, because it has a tank and it's insulated, you could fire it up, run it, and then when you shut it off, the water that's in here will stay nice and toasty. And then this is just for the restroom only. So I have a microwave, I have a kettle, I have a coffee maker, all that stuff in there. So I don't really need hot water outside of the bathroom. This is basically just an upgrade, so I don't get shell-shocked when I rinse off. So that's basically what we're doing. So I'm gonna mount this. We're gonna pull the old unit out. We'll mount this underneath. Have to figure out some form of access to it, you know, from outside. I don't know if we just make a beauty panel or what we're gonna do there. We'll plug it in. We're gonna see if this thing works. I don't know if we'll be able to knock this all out one day, but we will just paste all these videos, stick them all together, so we can take this from start to finish. So start the video out by opening this up, see what it comes with. I gotta see the size of all the stuff so we can buy a little bit of plumbing stuff. And then on top of it, we already have PEX. The whole thing was already done in PEX when I got it, which is really nice. It's probably the best upgrade that thing has. So I just have to find all the compression fittings, whatever we need here, and then the plumbing portion should be fairly simple, but you know how life goes. So let's get this box open, see what we need, and then get rolling. Before we rip into it, here is a list of the things. It's 110 volt, rated power frequency, waterproof degree, operating water pressure. So this is a good one to know. It'll go up to 87 PSI, which I don't think my pump goes that high, but I guess we're gonna find out. And then it's on a 20 amp breaker, but I wanna say it was less than that, obviously, to operate said unit. So cut it open. Let's see what we got here. All right, looks like it comes. So this is what the little unit looks like, right? So the stainless tank, all the goodies in there. Yeah, I'm gonna show you just how to throw it in. Oh, cool, they have it in here for all of our stuff as well. So looks like a little pop-off valve, that's for safety, so you don't overpressurize. Looks like we got some hoses. I feel cheaper, but not completely garbage. that's not, looks like the quality of the, it's even that's even soft in there, so I think that would probably function. All right, this little plastic tank dude, little control knob, some warnings. This is, let's see where the magic happens. Yeah, I mean, all in all, the thread pitch and stuff looks, a little mounting bracket. I think that's what this is for. That's kind of cool, I guess, huh? Ah, you can mount it one of those dudes, so you could probably hang this or something, but so yeah, we'll have to make probably just a strap or something, but yeah. So at the time I purchased this thing, it was like $125. They do have more expensive ones, they have large ones, they have a whole bunch of different ones, but my concern was there's an opening when you pull the old unit out, so this unit had to fit through that opening, right? So I could pull it in and out if it went bad or whatever. And then also, we're just gonna see how it works. If the thing works well and I'm excited about it, we could always upgrade the unit. Once it's all plumbed especially, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And if this one just keeps on truck for 125 bucks, or it lasted a few years or whatever, I'm cool with that. And again, the hot water isn't like some grave necessity. This is more of a luxury. So I'm sure the time it does go out will be the time we're in the coldest spot. It's like, oh, it'd be so nice to warm up and take a little shower or whatever. That's when it's gonna leave me hanging. But all in all, it looks good. So we'll get some plumbing fittings and we'll get some stuff. I'll go in the Winnebago. We'll go open the drawer. I'll show you what the original one looks like. And then I actually took the panel off on the inside of the Bago. You can see some of the plumbing and stuff and see what we're gonna tackle. So, all right, we took the beauty panel off. As you can see, we have the lines that come and go. So the line down here, I did this gator fitting. So that's the water coming from the pump from the freshwater tank. And then this obviously is gotta be the cold side that goes off into wherever, and then it tees off into here. And this will be our hot water. So technically, it will feed the hot water line over there. So, I mean, we will have hot water everywhere. Oh, look, there's a dead critter. That's pretty gross. Looks like he's been there a while. So, anyway, we are all compression fittinged up. So that should be easy to take apart and easy to make work. So we'll just have to make sure that, I think I have some pegs, so I'll have to look around. And then we'll get compression fittinged up on that other guy. And then we already have elbows here, and then it looks like, yeah, down there. So we'll just have to compression fitting that, so that should be a super easy install. So we just have to take this dude out, drain the water from the lines. So we'll probably make a mess in here, get rid of the victim that's down there, and then we'll have to cap this off. I think this is a 1/2 inch cap underneath. We'll get rid of that line too. So yeah, we got work cut out for us. And then that flange, I don't know. We'll have to see what the ugly looks like on the hole there, because we'll have to address that once we get this all done and installed. But yeah, you see we have plenty of room too for the new guy. So I did what any self-respecting plumber should do, in my opinion. I got out a bigger crescent hammer and I had it talking to the fitting, and now they are stuck. Hopefully nice and cross-threaded properly. Put a little tape on these guys, and then this had a rubber crush deal, so a rubber washer, so we should hopefully be good with that. So now let me go make some space for this dude, and once we make room for that, we have these T's that we can install. We can make a big water mess in the Bago, find a home to mount this, and then figure out how we're going to plug it in. And another pro tip, when you're testing water heaters, you generally want to make sure it's a nice 80-degree day. It's a perfect opportunity to test your hot water heater. And then, you know, use the winter time to test your cooling systems and fans and things like that. It usually works out good, because, you know, when you don't need it is when you're testing it, right? So, yeah, it's a little hot outside today, but let's go get this done. Got the wet dry vacuum out, clean stuff, put the little dude in here. The neighbor's gardener showed up, so we'll just show you from inside so I don't beat you down with gardening sounds. But yeah, got it cleaned up, removed the animal, and then yeah, let's turn those dudes. So we just got to go from those guys to these guys, and then this thing has a little clear line, so we'll just put that over here and probably dump it down here, so if it does pop or drip I can see it. So that's it. I'm gonna go grab my picks that I got over there, and we'll measure up some form or fashion of a distance, and life should be gravy. So this is the feed, and then this is out to our hot. So that's pretty simple, and I think this is all, I don't know, we'll have to see if this is the right size stuff. Like I said, I think I measured this out. We'll change these guys too. So I got those two to change, and then we'll run the pecks to it. And then the other thing that's exciting is I think I can turn that. So when I open it, I can see the controls over there, because I don't want to have to take this panel in here off and on all the time. So I think we'll leave it facing that way. But I think if we punch it through the wall, like right over there, and I move my generator, this little shorty cord will plug in, and I don't have to put a new cord on it. So that would be slick. Ta-da! So I took that thick piece of hose, cut it into 2 pieces, and then I took that strap, just bent it, punched a couple holes, bada boom, bada bing. And then what I did is I made it the exact size of this, and then the rubber will make these stand off a bit, and then the screw should be able to give it some tension. So that's what we did with that. And then I already marked and made these holes so we could screw this in, and then we could slide this dude in there, and then we'll have to screw it trying to get this in the right spot and this guy in the right spot, and then we'll zip the front down. We'll get it figured out. So this one we're just gonna kind of point it and send the screws home, and that should suck it down. It's kind of what we were thinking. Alright, moment of truth. Time to see if everything kind of worked out. Let's see if these dudes fit. So hot needs to go to hot. And then fill. Let's go to fill. Hot up. Yep, that's correct. That's correct. And you can just hang out for now. Oh, my little light died. So here we go. Hot. Sorry. Fill. Whoop. And then hot comes out here and goes up there. Oh, I gotta take this little screw guy out. Like I said, I don't know, but I think that would have to come out. So I'll read the instructions before we take that out. And then this is my little overflow tube. I think, I wonder if I can stuff this out the side. Ultimately, this is in, this is plumbed. So now we just have to fill it up with water before we fire it off. Last, but certainly not least, we have to make the hole go away that we left. So that's where this comes into play. I don't need everything from here back, so we're just going to cut the piece that mounts to the Winnebago off. So there's a nice edge here that we can just put our little blade in and go zippy zap, and then everything should stay connected hopefully to this over here. And then this little screen is separate. It's part of this, so we'll have to figure out once we zip this off, we'll have access to that, and then I'm hoping I can just take and rivet this portion to the actual door so it stays on there, and then we'll have to get creative and probably just back it with something to block it, or you know, who knows, maybe we can just leave it and you can look down the side, but I don't want rain getting in, so we'll probably back it with something, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of the tentative plan. Let me zip this off, we'll put it there, and then at some point I'll either have to make a little window for this or just rivet this back on and then back it with something. Let me show you
the final product, and our plumbing job wasn't the best. So that's why I'm not a plumber. But let me show you how we fared. So we got the door in place. I got some new seal tape and everything around it. It's awesome, but you can see that we've got a little bit of a problema going on. So I didn't even fire this guy up yet because Tweedly D is holding his own, but Tweedly Dum isn't. And this is the one that was the goofy thread pitch, right? Oh no, we got all kinds of fun going on. So I had this facing this way and I had it locked down pretty tight. And then obviously the hose are on that side, and we gave it a little spin thinking it'd be cool, but I think turning it this way and then back, it just did the deal. So we'll have to take this off and then put more tape, put it back on, and then plug it all back in. And then on these guys, we'll go inside real quick. I'm happy with how that turned out though. Still got to get underneath and cap off the propane, so I'm going to do that before I get too carried away, because I'll space out and then we're gonna light the propane up and I'll be like, man, why does my motorhome smell like propane? And these guys got me. But I was smart enough, so this guy's leakage, and then that dude over there on this side actually, I do have new shark bite ones like these guys, because some of the old ones were issues as well. So I do have 2 brand new tees sitting in the bag over there. And then we will see. The only thing is these new guys, they take a special little chingadera that you put on there to push it to get them out. And I didn't buy the tool because I didn't really know. So I don't want to shark bite those on because I won't be able to get it out. So I think we're gonna take it off before I mess with the fitting up there, because those are shark bite as well. And then I got to go to the store and get this tool, because I know at a certain point I'm gonna shark bite myself into a corner, and then that is it. And then we'll have to stuff that down. And then this hose, obviously we don't want a bunch of propane just running into my shower. That would be a bad idea. So that is it. We do not get to test it in the video. I'll bring it back when we get it all buttoned up, just to let you guys know how she runs. My buddy Happel wrote me though and said he has one like that, like under a vanity in a bathroom or something, and the thing rips. So I'm excited to hear that. So that is it. All in all, I'm happy with the install. I think it's good. And as long as the water's not ice cold, I'm calling it a win. I think we have a little more room if this one ever craps out. We'll measure a little bit better, maybe try to stuff a little bit bigger one in there. But all in all, for what we're doing, I should be good. And then out here, I've got a microwave, we've got a coffee maker, that little guy back there. And then I'm gonna get one of those instant kettles. And then, because I've got a plug right here, and then you can just boil water real quick. We'll see what kind of amps those things draw. So water's fine if we have to heat things up. It's just when you're trying to splish splash and knock off some of the camping in the spit bath shower that we were icy cold. So hopefully that fixes it. Till next time, you guys know what to do. I'm out.